Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name, as many of you know, is Cooper Anderson, and this is Real One News. And tonight, we have a very special guest who has requested that she remain in the shadows simply because she's afraid of her former captor. Now, many of you knew Ralph Tater had gotten married and was very happily married to one Miss Roxanne Tater until her mysterious disappearance. Well, tonight we have her here, and we will be uncovering the truth of what happened to her while she was a captive. So, are you comfortable, Roxanne? Hold on one second, folks. I need to fix something here. I need to fix something. There we go. Yes, I'm comfortable. So, tell me, Roxanne, how did you meet up with this insane Parmesan drinking alcoholic? Well, you see, I was actually minding my own business down in the river there outside of Montgomery, Alabama, and this crazy woman just started coming and scooping up us rocks out of the river and throwing us in the back of her green pickup truck. She then took us home and left us in a pile in her yard where her dog would do unspeakable bodily natural things on the pile once in a while. And we were left out in the weather. Now, mind you, I understand I'm a rock, but I never had a dog do what that dog was doing to us. But anyway, eventually, she got this crazy idea to make skits, I think is what she called them, out of me or with me as the subject of the skit. And the drunker she got, the crazier the skits got. And she had a partner he seemed like a nice guy, and he had a rock named Ralph. Well, Ralph and I, we kind of hit it off. And eventually, yes, it's true, Ralph and I did get married. And his partner is a great guy, and he takes good care of Ralph. But the crazy Parmesan lady, as I'm going to call her, just couldn't. She didn't know how to be nice. I don't think. See, when we weren't on the skit together, I was I was a prisoner in her dirty clothes basket under her dirty underwear and nasty bras and stuff. And the drunker she got, like I said, the crazier the the things that she was doing off camera got. You want to share some of those with us, Roxanne? We would. I'm sure that there are some of the audience that would absolutely love to hear what some of these crazy things were that the crazy woman did to you. Well, I have to say that the night that she put there was this child's toy in her yard. It had a what looked like a girl mouse on it, and it was pink, but it was real faded because it had been out in the yard for a long time. She put it in the back of her truck. She drove a little ways up what she called a road, and till she got to this thing called a liquor store. And while she was at the liquor store, um, she took the truck out of the back of the She took the toy truck is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. It's okay, Roxanne. Take your time, sweetie. We understand. Well, she took the toy truck and she put it in the parking lot in a parking space like it was a real toy. I mean, like it was a real truck. And then just drove off and forgot about it. And then for the next 3 days, I was trapped in the bottom of that laundry basket, listening to her rant on what she called the internet about somebody stealing her Mickey Mouse, whoever that is, whoever Minnie Mouse is, Jeep. And then she eventually said I stole it. She said that me and Ralph was out gallivanting all over uh, Where is this Las Vegas? It's out west, sweetie. Way out west. And yes, I do remember hearing that it was said that you and Ralph had eloped. Well, that's not true because I was trapped in the bottom of the. We weren't married till later, but I was trapped in the bottom of that that there laundry basket. Every once in a while, though, she got really weird. She wanted to. She kept talking about wanting to lick me and sniff me and hug me. And it was bad enough that she would let the dog lick on me and sniff me. So she was trying to do some of the same things the dog was doing. And she would talk about it. She would be like, I know my people this and my people that. And I just love to lick and sniff. And it helps me get to know it. And the thought of her doing that to me just creeped me out. I can only imagine the trauma that you underwent, Roxanne. You have been a brave soul to tell the story this far. Can you tell us how you finally escaped and got to freedom? Well, that's kind of a unique story in itself. You see, she got really mad with me one day, and she, she did that a lot. She'd get mad for no reason, but you know, and she got really mad and she threw me out in the yard. Now, this whole time she was telling Ralph she didn't know where I was, and she was telling his partner, his friend. I can't think of his name right now. Um, that she didn't know where I was, that she had lost me, or that she thought I had run away. I ain't got no legs, Cooper. I don't have legs. How can I run anywhere? Well, you make a valid point, Roxanne. You really don't have legs. You don't have any arms. I don't know how she thought you ran anywhere. But then again, we are talking about a woman who got drunk a lot, and that's true. And then she left me out in the yard, and this nice fella that lived next door, he took me and he boxed me up, and he sent me to the address that I last knew that Ralph was at. I was able to communicate with him. Now, he didn't believe I could talk, and he couldn't understand me, but I could write things out after he went to bed, and that's how I got away. Now, is it true that this woman tattooed you and did other things to you? Yes, she's got down my hip. It says Sparkies. She claimed me. She marked me as hers. Now I know that that people, humans, do things like that when they want to make a slave out of somebody. And I swear, I think that's what she was trying to do to me. She was trying to make me her slave. It was almost like she was trying to, well, convince me that she was the only reason that I was still alive, to be honest. And now, mind you, all she was feeding me was that nasty parmesan, a glass of water every day, and some bread. But, you know, I had to do something to hold on until I could figure out a way to escape. And finally, like I told you, my opportunity came and I took it. Well, Roxanne, I have to say that sounds like a very harrowing experience. Do you have any future plans that would help to possibly uh, bolster your spirits? Yes, I do. I am. I have been invited by a very nice lady by the name of Ninja, and she's invited me to come to this place called New York to party with her and some pirates. Now, I've heard about pirates, and it's always been kind of a dream for me to party with some pirates. Wearing an eye patch sounds really fun to me. Well, you'll have to excuse me my voice. My voice isn't quite right. I'm sorry. You know, my voice seems to fluctuate, and I apologize for that. But it was all them cigarettes that she made me smoke. Them they made me feel funny, and it just kind of messed with my voice. But it made me feel funny after I'd smoke them. Oh, there ain't no telling what was in them, Roxanne. I got to be honest with you. It sounded to me like she may have drugged you. Uh, what do you mean drugged me? I don't understand it. I'll explain it after the show. But this woman, this how do you know about Paul Masson? Paul Masson. Well, you see, I saw the bottle every time she would pour a little bit in and then bring it to me to drink. So I learned what those words were. I see. So you basically figured it out by reading the label. That's pretty smart. I'm impressed with that, Roxanne. I really am. Anyway, so your plans are to go to New York and party with some pirates and this new friend of yours, Ninja. That sounds like an interesting idea. And it's always, I want you to know that the Ralph and Roxanne fan club are here to support you and help you in any way we can. Yes, Roxanne. I, Cooper Anderson of Real One News, am truly a fan of yours and Ralph's. So we will help you in any way that we can. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. And I'm sure Ralph does too. Um, he would have come with me, but he's still a little shook. You know, he we're working through it together, but he got really shook up when he thought I had just up and left him, and I can understand it, but he's just not himself of late. So when we get back to where we're both comfortable with each other, I'm sure he'll be back out making videos again. Well, we want you to take your time, Roxanne. We want you to be comfortable. We want Ralph to be comfortable, and we want you to know that we, the Ralph and Roxanne Tater fan club, support you. Okay, so I want to thank you for your time, and I want to thank you for telling your story and putting some things to bed as far as what really happened. Um, it took a lot of courage for you to come out and tell your story, and I'm very proud of you. So please know that. Well, thank you. Um, I will do my best to try to keep y'all abreast of things. Um, but please don't let me find it, or please don't let that crazy Paul Masson lady find me. Please don't. Well, I'm sure that she's got her hands full with some other things now. And that's okay. The more she's occupied with other people, the less she's thinking about you. That is true, but I still have nightmares. So having night terrors and you and Ralph are having marriage problems because of all of this? You say you're working through it. Are you seeking professional help? Yes, we are. We go to a rockologist every week, sometimes twice a week, where we can talk through our issues together. And it is helping. It's going to take a long time, though, I think. Well, I think you're probably right, because this all sounds like it was just a really weird, weird trip. But I'm glad that you're safe. I'm glad that you and Ralph are working through things. I'm sure Ralph is going to stand by your side through all of this. And again, I just want to thank you. Well, thank you for your time and thank you for your kind words. I look forward to speaking with you privately offline, and I can tell you some more stories about some of the crazy things that I heard her tell folks over the phone while I was captive. Oh, really? Now that does sound interesting. So why don't we have our little conversation after I end this here in just a minute? Okay, I will. I'll go back to the green room and I'll wait. Sounds good, Roxanne. You do that. Well, folks, there you have it. The interview with Roxanne Ulala Tater and her harrowing experience with, as she called her, the Paul Masson lady. If you are so inclined, you can send words of encouragement at the bottom here to Roxanne and to Ralph at the end of this interview. I'm sure that she and Ralph would greatly appreciate the words of encouragement. It took a lot of courage for her to come out, and trust me, she she was very conflicted about whether or not she wanted to be on camera. So you all will have to forgive me for abiding by her wishes to not be on camera and to sit in the dark. She's just that terrified right now. Anyway, this is Cooper Anderson with Real One News, wishing you a good night.